And welcome back to Spartans Finest. Road to the leaderboard, road to the top 50. Okay, last couple of videos were not victorious episodes of Choke Point. This one from yesterday, we did get back on our winning track, thankfully. And this one really shows you what this team is capable of here. So let's get right to the action here. Remember, the name of the game is always, either solo it or try to set the next guy up. And you'll see here that Norris did a terrific job as a setup. This, as you can see, guys, this layout is not something that anybody's going to be soloing. I don't care who you are. So Norris here is trying to set up whoever is going to follow him, and he did quite well indeed. Smoke in the landing, perfect smokes halfway into the water, and then flare to that position, shock that little quartet, and clear. Speed this up just a little bit. His next target's going to be that rocket up there. A slight bit late on the shock, but nevertheless. Yeah, and as I've said before, guys, and this is not a criticism of Norris, it's something we're all guilty of, but as you're learning the All-Zuka troop combo, definitely, it's better to be a second early than a second late on your shocks. Better to get 9 seconds of killing than 10 seconds with half your troops vaporized. This is probably also a case where his GBE is probably getting low and the cost per shock is getting high. Oh, look at this one girl. Is she going to be able to do it? Is she going to be able to get that before those critters are gone and that rocket turns? It's going to be close. Is she going to clutch it up? She clutched it up. Way to go, Zuka girl. Nicely done there, miss. Nicely done. Now she's probably going to walk right in front of you. Yeah, there you go. Okay. That was a good clearing attack, though. That was very, very well executed. And it's going to set up the next guy to take it down. Now here's Juicers. Arguably one of the 2 or 3 best attackers on the team consistently. We'll just show this whole thing. There's the walk. I haven't really talked about the walk because that is how you do. That is literally textbook perfect. Single file walk for the girls. Throw the smoke because you know the mortar range. Keep the smoke pretty tightly bunched. There's another one. That was an intermediate point. And then you see that's a real big key there, what Juicers just did. You see how he actually threw his next smoke before the girls stopped. That's a key. I know it's something I'm guilty of, some of our other players. Everybody kind of does it sometimes. And then you see perfect placement on the shocks. But you definitely want to throw your next shock before the girls stop. Because, as you guys know, once they stop, they will kind of spread. And then once that new flare hits, if they've spread out too much, there is a danger of some of them peaking. That's something that every player can probably work on, regardless of your level, is making sure that if you use an intermediate flare point, which is completely justifiable in many, many cases, that second flare, your next flare is thrown, and your girls keep moving before they stand under smoke and begin to spread. That was wonderful execution. 236, that is the high point base in Operation Choke Point. And so whenever you get a solo on that, like Juicers did there today, that's a terrific result. Here is Jersey on complex, and you see the distance. That is such a long walk. Jersey's going to start off by taking care of that rocket so that the next attack will be a clean beach and you won't have to burn oodles and oodles of GBE just getting that down. So spark, remote spark attack the rocket. I know he's going over for this shock launcher now. Perfect smoke, perfect distance, edge to edge smoking. And once the SL is dropped, I believe he's actually going to bring, yep, he's going to bring her back. Out come the hookah. Well, yeah, spark got zapped there, but out will come the hookah. We'll double speed this. Oh, he's going to clear, yep, he's clearing the path for himself, or for the next guy, who's going to be the core killer. Yep, I'm going to go for that 9 o'clock position. Diligently making sure every mine is cleared. And once he's sure they are, then out come the girls. Couple of shocks, a little bit of critters, and he will completely clean off this beach so that there will be no need for the next attacker to use any smoking until he's almost halfway to the core. And that saves a lot of GBE because, as you see by the amount of rockets up there, a lot of GBE is going to be needed to shock all those rockets out and kill the core on the next hit. And the nice thing about having 2 accounts is Spartacus, which is Jersey's other account, he's able to bring it in right after. So the base is still fresh in his muscle memory pattern and whatnot. And so here again, this is how you do the Zuka walk. Just one boat after the next in a line towards that flare point. You always want to do a little bit of a delay for Brick because she does walk faster than the girls. Smoke once you know the range. Fire point. Now let's see if he flares or if they kind of spread a little bit. Yeah. Kind of what we talked about there. So you see a few of them step out. That could be because of the stopping. That could be just kind of the angle to get to his kill zone point. Like I say, it's not a bad thing, but I think we're all trying to achieve the result of not having the girl stop under smoke. That seems to most of the time work out better. Okay, this will be, yeah, because a few of them got lost there. 3, ooh, missed one a little bit there, but because of massive troop damage and extra Zuka damage, boom, down goes that complex base. Very, very nice execution on that one. And moving right along. Here's Bix on high 5. See what happens. Oh, you know, now, and I've said in previous videos, and it's absolutely true, Bix is literally a killer assassin. But, you know, nobody walks on water. Nobody's perfect. And I think this was one of his attacks where, I think it was on the first attack I've ever seen Bix do that wasn't just a Grand Slam Hall of Fame. And I think it started right there. A couple of the girls got caught up in those shock mines. And, yeah, it was a little bit downhill from there. Normally, this rocket here, normally you would barrage or artillery that prior to having your girls hit the beach. And then any mines that need to be cleared, you'd probably also want to do that prior to getting there. But like I say, Bix is one of the 2 or 3 best attackers we've got on this crew. And, you know, like I say, everybody, no one more than me. Everybody has a little snafu every once in a while. As you can see, as you look up the board, though, we were able to still finish off that base here. Okay, ribbon cable. This is the finish. The setup was already done, and so here comes the finish. And as I just mentioned, 10 seconds ago, anything you think is going to be a problem in your kill zone or on your way to it, go ahead and take it out. We're all full boosted here, so we have a surplus of GBE. TN Bob doesn't need to use any smoke at the beach here. He's just going to be I'll quad speed this up, going to different flare points, starting with those machine guns. We'll slow this down. We'll go double speed. A lot of extra power cells, clearing those mines, since that's exactly where the girls are going to need to be to finish off this base. And then, yeah, not getting too carried away with just farming GBE. Because of the big shield, he does know he needs to get on with the business of bringing that shield down. You see there's 6 shield gens right there. And then once the base is at the point where the girls can just kind of congregate, and you don't need to take anything else down other than the core, flares to a 12 o'clock position. Now you'll see, yeah, this one's shooting at him. So he's losing a girl every couple of seconds. But again, when you got 104 girls, you can afford to lose 30 or 40 of them, and boom, down goes the core there. Nicely done, nicely done. Okay, now here's me on assembly, and this, as we spoke of before, this is a clearing attack. My intention is not to take the core. As you can see, that is a big ask. One smoke there because of the range of that rocket, and then the rest of the girls just down in a line. Gonna go into the corner a little bit, and then brick behind. Okay, a little bit of extra G never hurt anybody. Trying to mine the range of that machine gun. And then, not the best job of getting them there before they stop, but not the worst either. And then you see here, I'm going right in between all of these defenses. I've got a partial blind zone, but I am going to be shocking anyway, just because, shocking the rocket set is just for safety's sake. Battle orders to clear everything out. The reason we took this path is this is the path where the next attacker is going to flank up the right side, and now I am just barrage and artillerying the eventual kill zone for the subsequent attacker. Another one there. I think you'll see I even throw some artillery on a couple of the mines here that could be in the way. There's one, that one, and I think I'm even going to get that one. Maybe. We'll speed this up. Yep, there it goes. Yeah. And so now the path is set for the next attack, which was a brilliant execution to kill that core. We were actually debating whether we needed to leave this base or not, and because of Finger's terrific execution, we were able to pull this off. We're going to go quad speed because it's a long walk up there. Flare into the corner, one for safety there, taking the long way around. So it takes over a minute to get to where you need to be, but yeah, that's the tricky thing with Brick, is because she walks so much faster than the Zuka girls do, it's easy to lose track of her. But this core, because it wasn't one of the absolute higher point bases, the core, I believe, was in the neighborhood of a mil at the start of when I hit, and by the time fingers got in there, I think it was 700 or 800,000. And you'll see here, blast that core down just in the nick of time before those rockets release. That was close, but you know, doesn't matter how close it is as long as it goes down. And that was very, very nicely done by fingers there. Okay, next up is SD on high five. Like I say, Bix had a little bit of a, you know, like I say, that's not a critique of Bix. He's a far better boomer than I am, but this was a nice recovery save by SD. Moving into that area. I'll slow this down a little bit. Like I say, the name of the game here is just get as many girls into a position, because this is a pretty big shield, even though high five only has 123 force points today. We'll go ahead and speed that up. And now it's really just a matter of bringing this down. We'll go 4 speed. And that is how you do high five. Like I say, and that's kind of SD's signature card there, is killing all his girls off once the base is dropped. I'm just beginning to notice that. I'm sure you've been doing it for a while, SD, but anyway, that's interesting. Okay, and finally up here is Stump. And this is a solo. This is a solo. So this is extremely well done, because as we've seen before, low point can frequently be a base where we need to burn 2 attacks on it. So he goes hookah, shocking that one. The heavies are protecting the Zukas. They are getting all the rocket fire. That's brilliant. That is Stump. That was an awesome attack. That is literally just textbook there. So we got the win. And that win, like I said, that brought us up to 13,847 points and 298. Heading into today's op, which we'll be doing the video on that tomorrow. It's off to a good start here. I had a not terrific attack. I should have soloed Strange Attackers, but I literally left 19k on it. We have 3 attacks remaining and literally 3 sitting ducks. XL probably looks a little bit tough here. Oh no, not too bad. So we should be able to net another one. And given our current position and how much we're moving up, I wouldn't be surprised to see us maybe this time tomorrow, you know, somewhere around the maybe 260 leaderboard position, hopefully. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. And if I can learn, there it is. Stop.